Fegan. At guard, a 5'10" junior from Washington, D.C., number 3, Medaille Ford. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Buffalo, number 13, Brandon Roach. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Accokeek, Maryland, number 23, Jonathan Smith. And at center, a 6'8" senior from Ontario, New York, number 33, Mike Hollenbeck. Medaille is coached by Michael Blaine, assisted by Greg Bean, Jonathan Belton, and Kevin Simpson.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Adler Arena for the tip of the men's game as Cameron Gardner-Nicholson controls to Trey Brown. Quan Jackson launches an early 3 in a corner. Shy, rebound by Medaille. Pulled down by Justice Fagan. Feed inside, pump fake. Laid in by Jonathan Smith. First 2 of the game belongs to Medaille. Medaille 3 and 4 in the year. 500, 1-1 in the AMTC. Defending conference champions, though, knocked Penn State Altoona out of the AMCC tournament last year. Medaille.
This has the chance of being a very high-scoring game.
Good feed inside the cam. Good defense, though, by Mike Hollenbeck to deny Gardner-Nicholson on the feed. Baseline jumper on the way is too strong from Hollenbeck. Ish Nance works the middle of the floor. Again, feed inside to Gardner-Nicholson. This time Cam lays it in with the left hand. Ties it up at 2 minutes and 5 into the game.
Making the most out of that matchup against Hollenbeck of Medaille. The 33's going at it.
Jumper is too strong by Brandon Roach. Nance, spin move through the middle, kicks it outside. Jackson, 3 on the way. Daquan Jackson can't get the friendly roll. Fagans was on the end line, out of bounds. Medaille, Penn State Altoona. Retains possession. Trey Brown will inbound for the Lions. Brown outlets to the safety valve, Nance. Trey Brown launches a 3. Trey picks up where he left off Wednesday night against Franciscan. And Brown's three-point shooting, Joel, has been a difference the last 2 games, and he's certainly capable of getting hot in streaks, is the senior Brown. Drive to the hoop. Smith plays it in. Smith has all 4 Medaille points here in the opening 2+ minutes.
Nope.
Gardner Nicholson had it knocked away. Looked for a foul, no call. Fagans at the point. Foul line, that's Hollenbeck with the basketball. Kicks it, 3-pointer on the way. No good for Miguel Ford. Rebound, Bach Knight. Daquan Jackson spins, gets to the rack, up on the right hand, good. Good tough drive there by Daquan Jackson.
Made the most out of that matchup with Smith. Had a step on him the whole time.
Three and a good for Hollenbeck. Transition here for the Lions. Nance to the rack. He's fouled by Hollenbeck.
The AMCC's number 2 free throw shooter will go to the line.
Medaille fouls on number 33, Mike Hollenbeck, his first, team first.
First is good for Ish Nance. 8-4 Lions.
Kirk Hawkins.
Number 1, Kirk Hawkins checks in. Sophomore from Laurel, Maryland. For the Mavericks.
Hawkins, Ford, and Hollenbeck each averaging over 13 points per game.
2 for 2 for Ish Nance. His first 2 of the game. Lions lead 9-4. Hollenbeck through the middle is fouled by Trey Brown on the way up.
Altoona fouls on number 11, Trey Brown, his first, team first.
Not really sure what's going on with the Medaille roster. This early in this season, they dropped a close game to their Buffalo rival Hilbert, as did the Lions at Hilbert last Saturday. Medaille and Hilbert tipped off, and was a close game in the 80s with Hilbert coming on top. Hilbert currently the conference leader at 3-0 in conference play. But Fagans and Hollenbeck were their 2 main keys. I do believe they lost a scorer that graduated last year. I think they lost one of their top scorers, Joel, and that's maybe, it's tough to replace 20-plus points a game. Pump fake Ish Nance. Nice behind the head feed to Cameron Gardner Nicholson. Nance, the conference leading scorer, shares the wealth that time and gives the Lions an 11-5 lead. Hawkins to the rack. Good job by Gardner Nicholson to challenge Jalen Archie Davis just in the game. Rebounds. Kicks it to Jackson, who lays it in with the right hand. What a great start for the Lions here in the early going, leading 13-5.
So nice in transition. Archie Davis finding Jackson. The speed down the court for those guys.
Oh, Cam with the block on Hollenbeck.
Party getting started.
Oh, Jackson had it tipped from behind and stolen by Ford in transition. Fagans to the rack, no good. Too strong with the left. Outlet pass by Jackson, deflected out of bounds. Lion basketball.
Entering the game for the
Matthew Medaille checks in,
number 24, Sean Wilson.
as well as Sean Wilson for the Mavericks. Well, Joel, a great day here at Adler Arena at halftime. We're going to honor the 50th anniversary 1967-68 Commonwealth Conference Championship team. Great morning with a group of outstanding men. Many grew up in the Altoona, Greater Blair County area, and should be a great halftime ceremony. As Nance walked, and a number of the coaches and players were back for that reunion this morning. We'll honor those folks at halftime. And again, speaking of great teams and familiar faces, 4 of last year's graduating seniors is just a little too easy there in transition for Medaille. 4 seniors who graduated last year in the building today: Anton Lucas, Javon Wilson, Jordan Smith, and Quinn Lohr back. First time to see this year's installment of the team in action.
Good job by Jackson to keep the balance on that tough shot. Still get it home.
So great day for Lion basketball, and certainly they've responded with a great start. Medaille can't handle the pass from Ford. Ball on the floor.
Timeout, 30-second. Altoona.
Nance had the possession there, and timeout was called.
Altoona's allowed, only 7 points so far through the first 5 minutes, 20 seconds. They've got, a bit of underrated defense. Would you have guessed that they are number 1 in steals and blocks each?
Altoona?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the blocks, yes.
The blocks, yes.
Blocks
the
for
steals,
sure.
I didn't see that coming.
Well, if there's a hidden strength, you can't look at the total number of points that Penn State Altoona gives up as a sign of their defense. I think they're more of a situational defensive team. They really ramp up their defense when it's needed, but this squad plays great situational defense, Joel, and one thing I'll say in transition, they tend to force a lot of turnovers in transition.
Especially with the cross-court passes, long ones.
When they extend into that full-court trap and press, that creates a lot of turnovers. And Coach goes to that in situations like this where maybe they extend a lead against a good team like Medaille. And, you're forcing a team to come from behind. And that's where turnovers can be forced. Austin Christ just checks in for the Lions out of the timeout. Nance thought about the 3, gets it in the short corner to Jackson. Jackson tried to work baseline, step back 2 instead, no good. Rebound pulled down by Brandon Roach. Oh, good pump fake.
Good job by Nance. He forced him into a travel.
I said good pump fake, and I was wrong. That was a travel by Medaille. Aubrey Washington checks in, the freshman from Jacksonville, Florida.
It's not a steal, it's not a block, but it's one of those plays that really shows how good a Penn State Altoona's defense is, forcing these turnovers.
Oh, good hard pick by Nance. Unfortunately, Jackson couldn't roll free. 6 minutes in, Lions lead 15-7. DeQuan Jackson launches a 3 and connects. Well, this team is dangerous, Joel, when the 3 ball is dropping.
Oh, yeah.
Still by Aubrey Washington. Oh, he just got a toenail out of bounds.
I like the effort from the freshman, though.
As I was saying, though, Joel, if the Lions nail 3-pointers, they're going to be tough to beat no matter who they play.
Oh, yeah.
Good drive to the rack by Hawkins.
Good late speed.
Kick out by Washington. Archie Davis gets inside, 12 feet. Tip out by Austin Christ.
Great
Cross
job.
court, Washington. Aubrey a 3. Aubrey Washington.
Big time second chance points for Altoona.
There's little things, the bench players, the role,
Oh, yeah.
the guys that come off the bench there. Christ wasn't in a position to pull down and rebound, but, tipped it to Archie Davis, who kicked across court in Washington. So Archie Davis, Christ, and Washington in the fray there.
Altoona's getting quality minutes out of Washington and Christ this year. It's like they're starters.
So warning on Medaille. Not sure what the reasoning was there, but
Good defense by Christ.
Medaille fights inside for a tough 2. Give Medaille credit there for a little stick-to-itiveness there to earn the hard 2 points.
Way to fight through the double team.
Aubrey baseline jumper, a little tough angle there, no good.
Nice outlet pass from Hawkins.
Roach nails the 3, cuts it to a 7-point game. Quick 5-0 run here for Medaille.
Oh.
Jalen Archie Davis, the 3. Boy, the Lions on fire from three-point land right now. Archie Davis getting into the action, just picking up where they left off the other night. I think, blowout of Franciscan, but the number of players that hit three-pointers the other night was just insane, Joel.
Yeah.
Archie Davis to the rack, up with the right-hand reverse.
What a move! Sweeping in with the underhand. Quality minutes. 3 of these guys off the bench performing really well.
And
another turnover.
Turnover picked up by Nance. Ish drives left hand into the corner. Kicks it back out for Austin Christ instead. Archie Davis left all alone. Oh, short on that attempt.
Good ball movement, though. That'll be
basket's gonna count.
And 1
for Ford.
Just a little too much contact from Christ. Did a great job. Put the hands up. Second on Christ.
Number 22, Cedric Monty, and number 33, Mike Allenbeck. Enter the game.
Cam and Bachnight check back in for the Lions. Cedric Manji checks in for Medaille. Foul shot for Ford is good. Cross court Jackson. Oh, he's filling it. That was a terrible shot though from Daquan. The Lions are maybe falling a little too much in love right now with the 3. Forced there by Jackson. Reach in by Washington.
That basket will not count, I don't think.
The baseline ref's going to overroll.
Altoona fouls number 1, Aubrey Washington, his first.
First on Aubrey Washington. The baseline official said the basket counts. I don't know if he had a little bit better of an angle there than.
Entered the game for Penn State. Altoona's number 11, Shay Brown.
That's a good count.
Yep, it did. Yeah, the baseline official came in there and overruled the official from the top of the key and counted the basket.
Oh, good job of Medaille to shut down Cameron Gardner-Nicholson.
Backdoor cut by Jackson. Good work by Manji to cut Jackson's drive off. Bachnight had it knocked away. 10 on the shot clock. Jackson drives baseline, kicks cross court. Washington, an open 3. Aubrey Washington. 2 triples for Aubrey.
Woo. I'm trying to figure out how Jackson got out of that baseline jam. Sneak it into Aubrey. That was nice.
Oh,
another steal.
Force. Aubrey hurdles. Hawkins gets it ahead to Bachnight. Bachnight, 15-footer on the way, no good. Rebound. It's going to be a foul's going to be on Gardner-Nicholson. Cam came in over the back of the Medaille defender.
That's on Jackson.
Whoa, I thought they were going to get that on Cam for coming over the back, but it's on Jackson instead.
That hurdle by Aubrey Washington after the steal. Looking like he's number 26.
It just shows the athleticism the freshman possesses. 3 on the way. That's
might have been blocked.
Nope, that's an air ball.
Hollenbeck thought it was tipped. Good defense, though, by Bachnight. Forced the tough shot.
Cam with the easy 2 inside.
You can't stop Cameron Gardner-Nicholson like that. He is owning Mike Hollenbeck today offensively. And he just about owned him defensively. Wow. Medaille ball.
Well, I think that shows the growth and development of Cameron Gardner-Nicholson, certainly physically in better shape this year.
I've really liked his fitness.
Yeah, just able to get up and down the court a little bit. And Hollenbeck, he was a force against Altoona last year. 22 points, 26 points, 12 rebounds in that semi-holes. Fagans. Banks into three. Aubrey in transition. Aubrey with the lay-in. Well, Joel, as we were kind of scurrying here, finalizing that reunion this morning, I hustled up here and walked behind him. Medaille benches. Jackson.
That's amazing.
Gets it ahead from Bachknight. Jackson to the rack and lays it in.
That started with an amazing athletic play by Bachknight to get up in the air and still pass it midair.
Tell you what, there will be coaches that will argue for fouls. Could have easily been a foul called there. With Rich getting knocked to the floor, but that would have taken a transition opportunity away from the Lions, and maybe a good no call in the Lions' favor there.
Altoona fortunate to still get the points,
Nonetheless, coach asked why there wasn't a foul. So my opinion was good no call. But
so just over halfway through the first half, and I thought this was going to be a high-scoring game. Altoona showing you right now 35 points only through
11 minutes. It's amazing, isn't it? Well, 5 of 8 from three-point land, 62.5% for the Lions.
Shooting 61%.
61 overall. Yep.
Dominating the boards.
Medaille's shooting 45%. It's not like Medaille's not scoring the basketball. It's just the Lions are just torching it from the three-point line right now. Aubrey Washington 2 for 2.
Now, Altoona's got an amazing assist-turnover ratio, 2.25. That is quality. Altoona is blanking Medaille in fast break points, 8-0.
Well, as I was saying, though, as we wrapped up that reunion this morning, I was trying to rush up here to the booth and walking behind the Medaille bench. The coach was preaching we need to be strong in transition defense, and he said it 3 times in a row. Oh, team blocked there by Jackson and Gardner-Nicholson-ish in transition. Kicks it out to Washington. Aubrey, top of the key. Jackson. They leave him alone. Jackson launched the 3 again. Kind of a forced 3 there. Oh, Hollenbeck can't handle the pass from Ford. Kirk Hawkins in for Medaille. But Medaille's coach, Michael Blaine, knew that the Lions' transition game was going to give them fits, and so far it has. As you mentioned, 8-0 in transition baskets. And
now they're down by 12, and they got to hustle some more. And just like that, last possession for Medaille, ended in a turnover.
Oh, nice bounce pass inside to get Cam a look and a left-hand lay-in. An assist from Aubrey Washington. Hawkins to the rack, up with the right hand, no good, lost control of it. Jackson, left-hand dribble, backs it out, gets it to Cam. Front of the Medaille bench is Washington working on Hawkins. Oh, he blows by Hawkins, a little too strong on the lay-in though for Aubrey, no good. Backdoor cut, Manji lays it in.
That's nice. Nice pass from Hollenbeck.
Yeah, big fella's got Hollenbeck there. He has some good passing skills. He is a nice dish there to set up Manji. 37-25 Lions with the lead. 7:20 to go first half. Trey Brown way outside. Trey hits it from the Medaille bench.
Unreal.
I want to say he's now maybe 6 of his last 7 from Wednesday night and today from the three-point stripe. And you can get that kind of production out of the one of the leaders in assists in the conference. That's a huge bonus for the Lions offensively. Marshall Higley, his first action of the day. Bachknight and Archie Davis check back in. Full timeout by Medaille. Well, this series, Joel, dating back to when AMCC play started in the late 90s, and Medaille with a commanding 23-5 all-time series lead. So a long way for the Lions to go, but certainly today showing them more than capable of hanging with one of the more consistent and traditional programs in the AMCC.
It's a little, just a little weird, maybe strange, want to call it that Altoona is up by 15 on the defending AMCC champions.
And Medaille, LaRoche, which was a very good team last year, they had no trouble with LaRoche, 74-58 in the conference championship game last year. And Susquehanna, who was nationally ranked in the Division III level, that's who their first round opponent was, and only dropped a close game, 89-82 to Susquehanna in the NCAA tournament last year. So, But I think this is a sign of things to come. I think hanging with Hilbert on the road and having an opportunity to win that game down the stretch at Hilbert last Saturday kind of lit a little fire under the Lions. They came out and handled their business against Franciscan Wednesday night. Total team effort. Everybody got involved. And that, again, as we talked about Wednesday night, Joel, that just builds confidence. That just builds the camaraderie and how hard these guys play for each other. And we see that here in the early going. Nance going to get called for the reach, his first foul.
Penn State Altoona fouls on number 2, Ishmael Nance, his first, team 6.
Joel Redfoot in the building as well, former Lion. A little short on the offering there from Ford. Nance the rebound. Ish gets to the basket, a little too strong, fights for his own rebound, tipped around by Higley, picked up by Hollenbeck. He outlets to Fagan. Fagan works the sideline. To the rack for Justice Fagan.
Came in flying.
Archie Davis drives, dumps it off to Marshall Higley. Marshall goes back door, has it picked off by Manji. Manji, 3-on-1, Bachknight to beat. Offensive foul. Great job defensively by Rich Bachknight to step in and take the charge. He saw Manji barreling down. Boy, if you're Manji there, 3-on-1, you got to give that up.
Yeah.
Especially when you notice that Bachknight...
got to be a little unselfish.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bachknight was in position there well before he got to the basket. Dump that off and peel away, and you got an easy 2. Under 6 to go. Lions still up 40-27.
Altoona's looking to get inside, trying not to get carried away with the 3, being up by 13.
Marshall, 7 to go, shot clock a little strong. Ford working on Brown. Fade away by Miguel Ford is good. And if you're Medaille, a couple defensive stops and a couple transition baskets, just like the last 2 possessions. And as Marshall gets to the basket, up, he's fouled on the way up. Marshall Higley will shoot 2.
Medaille fouls on number 33, Mike Hollenbeck, his second.
That's the second on Hollenbeck. That's huge for the Lions. Yep. Hollenbeck goes to the bench, 5:19 to go in the half. First goes down for Higley. Matthew Sadoe back in for the Mavericks. Fagan dribbles all through the offensive zone here. Picks up his dribble in the corner. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Higley.
Good defensive possession right there for Altoona. Cameron Gardner-Nicholson coming back in. Fagan was trying to go inside. It got shut down. Now he had to back out, find somebody else, and it got tipped by Marshall Higley. Things like that can go a long way for Altoona.
3 goes down for Hawkins. Now a 9-point lead as Medaille is on a 7-0 run here. Cross court, Trey Brown, 3 from Trey. In and out this time, no good. Cam, the rebound, has it blocked on the way up.
Wow, jump ball.
Manji to the rack, he lays it in. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Smith, 23, Manji's 22. And all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game. Lions have given Medaille a little bit of life here. A little struggles on the offensive end. Nice cut by Cam to the rack. Up on the left hand, counts in. A foul. That was a great backdoor cut off the pick and roll by Gardner-Nicholson. He laid it up soft with the left hand. And
big athletic play.
Entered the game for the Mavericks is number 22, Cedric Manji.
Three-point play for the big fella. 11 now on the day for Cam. Well, that's a quiet 11.
Yeah.
All the threes that were dropping early, just didn't realize that Cam was busy racking up 11 points.
Good effort from Bachknight. That's going to be Altoona ball.
And Rich Fagley says, hey, that's our ball, jump ball. Good job by Bachknight there.
Saw Ford in some trouble. Went to go in and try and get a steal. Aubrey Washington checks back in. They'll credit Bachknight for that steal.
Washington corner 3, Aubrey, nail it, young fella.
Great heads-up play from Brown. Trying to go inside, kept the eyes open, found Washington corner. That's Washington's spot.
Answer for number 13, Roach, no good. Cam the rebound, Bachknight in transition. Richard Bachknight behind the back, lost the handle, hands it off to Aubrey. Aubrey kicks corner, nope. Knocked out of bounds by Manji.
Good instincts by Manji. Just the presence that Aubrey Washington has brought to this game. 4 of 6, 3 of 3 from 3 off the bench.
Saw that in the conference opener against Greensburg.
Yeah.
He nailed 16 points that night and really was a difference for the Lions. And, you know, again, you can get that kind of contribution from the bench. Lions are going to be just tough to handle further into the conference season they go. Brown up with a wild righty. I don't know if that was the best shot, but but it falls nonetheless, so it's a good shot. We'll take it. 49-34, Lions back up 15. Cam challenged the jumper there from Roach, forced it a little strong. Hand off to Nance. Nance launches a 3. Too long.
Oh, great job by Jackson.
Jackson pulls down the long rebound. Fresh 30 for the Lions. 2:48 to go, first half.
Big time leap for that board.
Manji gonna get called for the block.
Medaille fouls in number 22, Cedric Manji, his first, team 5th.
7 to go. Aubrey's hand in his face this time. Aubrey, doesn't matter.
He can't miss.
His 4th 3 of the half. 4 for 4 for Aubrey Washington from the three-point stripe. Lions out to their largest lead of the day, 18, near steal by the freshman. Manji drives baseline, kicks corner to Fagans.
This is an amazing defensive possession for Altoona.
2 minutes to go. Near steal by Jackson. Just
love the effort.
Yeah, overplayed the pass there.
It's 9 on the shot clock, so it'll reset to 20.
Joel, I'm going to let you finish up the final 2 minutes here. I'm going to go help out with the halftime ceremony. You're on the call here the final 2.
All right.
Take us home. We'll see you down on the court for some pictures here at the at half.
All right, cool. Thank you, Tom. Cale Ford at the line. Good on the first of the 1-and-1. Altoona leads by 17. And Cale Ford stays perfect at the free throw line, 3 of 3. He's got 7 points. Minute 50 to go. Half number 1. Washington in the corner, cross-court pass. Brown, now to Christ. Good ball movement here. Back to Brown, back to Christ. Nance, 3, short. Manji a rebound, foul on Altoona. Foul on Washington.
Altoona fouls on number 1, Aubrey Washington, his second, teammate.
This will bring Medaille back to the free throw stripe. The Mavericks 5 of 6 from the free throw stripe. Their only miss coming from Hollenbeck, who just has 1 point. He's been shut down from the field, 0 for 4. Manji hits number 1. He'll get a bonus. Two of 2, and they stay sharp. Here comes Jalen Archie Davis for Brown.
Checking in for the Lions.
Near steal for Manji. Price trying to get into Nance. They try and resolve that issue. Altoona shooting 55% on the night. 80% from the free throw stripe. That's a good sign. Altoona 9th in the AMCC in free throw percentage. Eight on the shot clock. Jalen Archie Davis still can't find anybody. And he stepped on the base. No, he traveled. And great defense from Medaille late first half. Ford slipping by almost everybody, nearly turned it over. Justice Fagan couldn't slip by Washington. It's a steal. Archie Davis, Cameron Gardner, Nicholson, and that's swatted away by Manji. Altoona under the Medaille basket with 46 seconds to go, half number 1. Washington carried. They have stopped his dribble and then restarted. And another costly turnover late first half for Altoona. out of the way. Good from Ford. Cuts it to 11. Altoona's got last shot here. Washington and Archie Davis. Washington hits. And that'll take us to the end of the first half. 55-41, Penn State Altoona with a strong lead. Aubrey Washington, great job to end the half, and he has been on fire in the first half. 5 of 5 from downtown. He leads all scorers with 17. He's shooting 6 of 8 overall, and the freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, making his presence known off the bench. So 55-41 going to the end of the first half. Penn State Altoona Lions lead by 14. Encourage you to stay with us for halftime, honoring the former champion Lions, celebrating their 50th anniversary today of that championship. A lot of members of the former team with us today at the new Adler Arena.
Fans, at this time, we ask that you direct your attention to the east section of the Adler Arena. Today we celebrate one of the first and greatest achievements in Penn State Altoona history. The 1967-68 men's basketball team, led by head coach John Weiberg, were victorious in the inaugural Penn State Commonwealth Campus Championship 50 years ago this coming March. After defeating Penn State McKeesport 73-70 in the tournament semifinal, the Altoona Cagers traveled to Rec Hall on University Park campus to take on Penn State New Kensington. Despite leading at halftime 33-32, Altoona surrendered a 6-point lead with under 6 minutes to play. After reeling off 5 consecutive points, Altoona trimmed the lead to 53-52. As the clock kicked under 2 minutes, Altoona grabbed a 58-57 lead, setting up a series of events that would cement the legacy of this team in the annals of Penn State Altoona athletics history. Following a made free throw by New Kensington, Altoona called timeout. One issue, they were out of timeouts. Kensington drained the technical free throw to set a score of 59-58. Altoona then fouled New Kensington on the ensuing possession with 7 seconds remaining. However, the missed free throw was rebounded by Altoona's Craig Faust. Faust outletted to Del Bridges, who dished to Tim McCulley. McCulley knocked down a jumper at the buzzer from the left side of the key to give Penn State Altoona the exciting come-from-behind 60-59 victory. The Lions were led by Faust, who had an amazing double-double, 15 points and 23 rebounds. Richard Miller and Tim Lesso also scored in double digits. McCulley was named all-tournament team, totaling 25 in the tourney and hitting the dramatic game winner as time expired. At midcourt, our Penn State Altoona Chancellor and Dean, Dr. Lori J. Bechtel-Wary, and Director of Athletics, Brent Baird, who are on hand to commemorate this remarkable achievement. Baird will present each team member with a framed copy of the original Altoona Mirror article chronicling the championship game. Dr. Bechtel-Wary will bestow the distinction of Pioneer Alum for each team member. Pioneer alumni are special members of the Penn State Altoona community, as the medal represents the 50th anniversary of attendance at Penn State Altoona. Fans, now let's meet the coaches and players of the 1967-68 Penn State Altoona basketball team. We posthumously Coach Weiberg. Weiberg attended the University of Iowa on a basketball scholarship and was drafted into the Army. He graduated from Clarion and spent a 30-year career as a history teacher and basketball coach at Turtle Creek, Tyrone, Penn State, Altoona, and Hollidaysburg. Unable to attend today, assistant coach Dr. Tom Lane. Dr. Lane teaches at the State College of Florida in Bradenton. He coached Bishop Guilfoyle to a state title in 1970, the last boys team from Blair County to win a state championship. At this time, let's welcome assistant coach Carl DeCaspers. Coach DeCaspers spent 22 years in education and coaching at both the high school and college levels. He has been employed for 33 years at New Pig Corporation here in Blair County as Director of Public Relations. Unable to attend today is Walter Musselman. Musselman is retired insurance agent and resides in nearby Claysburg. Let's welcome Tom Bradley. Bradley worked 40 years in the Altoona Area School District, his final 25 as Director of Public Relations and founder of the Altoona Area School District Foundation and Altoona Area School Alumni Association. Bradley is also a past member of the Penn State Altoona Advisory Board. Our next honoree is Patrick Labriola. Labriola enjoyed successful careers in both banking and education. He was an elementary teacher from 1971 to 1986, an elementary principal from 2000 to 2011, and held a variety of administrative positions at local banks, currently with Altoona First Savings Bank. He is a member of the Penn State Altoona Advisory Board and past president of the Penn State Altoona Alumni Society. Please welcome Tom Dotson. Dotson was a commissioned officer in the United States Army Signal Corps that had a brief career as an educator. He spent 28 years in the food industry, rising to Vice President of Merchandising and Procurement, retiring from SuperValue in 2008. He currently holds the distinction as a Penn State Master Gardener. Let's now honor Richard Pio. Pio dropped 19 points twice during the championship season. He was a certified public accountant, serving as the County of Blair Controller for 22 years and an adjunct professor of accounting at both University Park and Penn State Altoona. Our next honoree is Dr. Richard Miller. Miller scored 24 points against Pitt Bradford during the memorable 67-68 season. Dr. Miller is an associate professor at the University of Louisville School of Medicine, serving the university for 40 years. He carries out investigation and research projects in areas of environmental microbiology and public health with a focus on Legionnaire's disease, which he has studied for 30 years. We now honor Tim Lesso. Lesso was an instructor of computer science here at Penn State Altoona from 1980 to 2012. He also served as a member of the tech staff at HRB Singer, MITRE, and TRW. His 24 points in the semifinal game led all scorers and prepared the Altoona campus to the championship game. At this time, please welcome Dale Bridges. Bridges taught elementary school in the Hollidaysburg Area School District for 34 years. During those years, he served as a football and basketball coach at various levels. He poured in 31 points in the team's victory over Pitt Bradford, as well as dishing out the assist on the championship clinching basket. Ladies and gentlemen, we now honor Craig Faust. Faust spent his career in the Washington, D.C. area, primarily as a database manager in the U.S. Patent Office. An offensive force for the team, scoring double digits in all games accounted for, including 32 against Potomac State. He grabbed the rebound that led to the game winner at Rec Hall. Our final honoree is Tim McCauley. McCauley was an elementary school teacher for 33 years in the Altoona Area School District. He served Penn State Altoona as a supervisor of student teachers for 20 years. He poured in 20 points twice during the 67-68 campaign, and no two were more important than the final two of the season. The buzzer beater that helped Penn State Altoona lay claim to the inaugural Commonwealth Campus Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in congratulating these men for their distinction as Penn State Altoona Pioneer alumni and for their remarkable example of teamwork, friendship, and Penn State Altoona pride. Ladies and gentlemen, the 50th anniversary 1967-68 Penn State Altoona Commonwealth Campus Championship basketball team.
57%, and 7 of 8 from the line, shooting 88%. Medaille Ford led Medaille with 10 points, while Kirk Hawkins chipped in with 8. For Penn State on 2, they were 21 of 38 from the field, shooting 55%. 9 of 16 from three-point range for 56%, and 4 of 5 from the line for 80%. Aubrey Washington led all scorers with 17 points, going 5 for 5 from three-point range. And Cam Gardner-Nicholson and Con Jackson each chipped in with 11. The score at the half, Penn State on 55, Medaille 41.
Second half opens, Altoona up 55-41. And a foul right out the gate. That'll be Nance's second. Whew. Whirlwind day here in the Adler Arena. Lots going on.
We'll see how Medaille stops this three-point attack of Altoona. See if they can stop Aubrey Washington in the second half. Washington leads all scorers, 17 points, 5 of 5 from downtown.
Oh, he walked. He walked, yes.
Okay.
Good job there by Brown. He stepped into the passing lane and made Fagans think twice about making that pass. And that led to...
Got him off balance.
Yeah, the walk. Big three there by Aubrey at the end of the half to thwart that little bit of momentum from, Cam pushed. Yep, that was a good call. Coach didn't like it, but that was definitely a good call. He pushed off with the left hand, and coach isn't arguing. Here's that full court pressure. Didn't see any of that in the first half.
Might get a 5-second almost. It was close.
Well, with a 14-point lead, Lions need to make Medaille work for it here.
Yeah, make them earn it.
If Medaille's gonna get back in the game, you got to do it by them doing it, not by you letting them. So,
wow.
10 to go on the shot clock.
Altoona's really making them earn it, and they did.
That was just a mismatch there. Smith over the point guard Brown. Rich Bachnight to the rack. Rich hangs and lays it in. Rich's first two of the day. Comes a minute 15 into the second half. Yep. Yeah,
push on Ford.
Extension there, the right arm on Ford.
Where's my shout out? I'd like to give a shout out for Tim for sitting right here beside me, supporting me every single game this year.
57-43. Teams have traded buckets here to open the second half. Nance on the baseline. Oh, he could have drove to the rack. Took the jumper instead. No good. Cam tips it to himself. That's the height advantage of Gardner-Nicholson.
Yeah, height advantage. You said it, Don.
Holland back on the bench with fouls. Oh, Holland actually.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, he is in. He just wasn't near Cam at the time. My bad.
I guess that's how Cam got open.
Seeing things, Joe. Smith, Cam.
Got a piece.
Good D by 33. Jackson drives, right hand up, too strong.
There we go, 2-on-1.
2-on-1, yep. Brown allows Fagans to slip past and lay it in.
Could have passed it, but man, Fagan, he's got that speed to finish.
Nance mid-range jumper. Ish knocks down the mid-range deuce. Lions extend and lead to 16. Smith spins in the lane. Cam with the block again.
Another
He
one.
just cannot
Wow.
challenge big Cameron Gardner-Nicholson in the middle there. Nance kicks it outside to Quan Jackson. Passes the three this time.
Wow.
That's his game there, Joel. He fell in love with the three in the first half. Maybe took a couple well-timed shots. The pump fake there opened him up. He lays it in. That is DeQuan's offense there. He gets to the rack and he lays it in. Extends the Lions lead back to 18, tying their largest of the day 3 minutes into the second half. 63-45.
Altoona's doing such a great job overall in rebounding. Nobody for Medaille has more than 2 rebounds. You got multiple guys for Altoona with 3 or more. Doing a great job boxing out, leading to opportunities to get big leads like this.
Oh, Bachknight with the stuff there, forced the pass by Ford.
Real block party. Here we go.
Transition opportunity now. Jackson was ahead of the crowd.
Out. Off of Rich. Yeah. Saw the double team. Got a little nervous.
Yeah, tried to dribble through it and had time. I think the Lions were trying to push there and they didn't need to. Up 18, unless it's a clear-cut transition opportunity. Ford drives. Bachknight is holding him.
No basket.
Altoona fouls on number 23, Rick Bachknight. His first, team third.
Hollenbeck forced outside, gets it to Hawkins. Fagans now guarded by Nance, 2-on-2. Hollenbeck spins, right hand up, crawls over the front of the rim. Good D there by Cam, better offensive move by Hollenbeck. Nance in front of the bench, drives, right hand, kicks out, corner, ball movement, Bachknight, 3, Rich!
Coming alive in the second half.
A little body language there. Looked like one of my golfers trying to ease a putt in there. Rich was hanging on for dear life till that 3 dropped. And 5 now for Rich in the second half. 5 on the game. 66-47 Lions.
Woo!
Rack, Hawkins, creative with the left hand. Step back deuce for Ish off the rack, no good.
Oh, good hustle by Cam. Wow.
Cam saves.
What a save.
Bachknight's open as Fagan was in the backcourt. He leans in another 3. Big shot, Bachknight.
Oh, my.
8 in the second half. Lions up 20. Hawkins again to the rack. Just
He
flipping
just
it up.
quiets the crowd 2 times in a row like that. Wow.
Yeah, the last 3 by Bachknight. Fagans was trying to cherry pick, and it cost. Nance stripped on the way to the basket. 5-on-2 for Medaille. 3, Ford, good.
Oh, boy.
5-0 run here by Medaille, following the 3s from Bachknight.
Yeah.
Aubrey Washington checks back in. Roach and Sadowi check in for the Mavericks. Well, again, Joel, you know, as we saw the other night against Franciscan, just some balanced scoring, and you don't know where the offensive threat's going to come from for the Lions.
Yeah, because it didn't see Aubrey on Wednesday night being big.
Oh, to the rack! No!
That would have been major style points.
Look at Coach. Monji up the right hand, no good. He tips the rebound, pulled down by Trey Brown. Trey leads middle of the floor here. The Lions need to quiet this run here by Medaille. Don't want to let the lead slip back down into single digits. 15 the lead for the Lions, up 69-54, 14:05 to go. Brown kicks, Jackson three, blocked out of bounds by Monji, sent up into the third row. Whew. Boy,
Well, that's a mismatch.
extension
Yeah.
and rejection by Monji there.
Monji
Impressive.
much taller than Jackson, yeah. He'll block that probably 9 times out of 10. Got a block part of their own.
Lions with 11 to work with on the shot clock. Inbounded to Trey Brown. Oh, he had Ish underneath open there for a second. Jackson fouled. He'll shoot two.
Medaille fouls on number 22, Cedric Monji, his second, team second.
Jackson misses the first. Jalen Archie-Davis checks in at the point, replacing Trey Brown. Justice Fagan checks in.
Oh boy. Well,
No way.
lane violation.
Nope. Ish is a foul.
Coach almost lost the jacket.
His third, team fourth.
Monji catches in the middle, kicks outside Fagan. Open three, corner on the way. Roach in and out, no good. Rebound, Cam. Gardner Nicholson hands it off to Archie Davis. He pushes ahead. Ish between the legs. Jackson to the basket.
Whoa.
Tough up with the right hand. Tough drive by Daquan Jackson.
He's got some nice finishing moves.
Hawkins this time nowhere to go. Throws it off Gardner Nicholson. Austin Christ checks in for the Lions. Jonathan Smith for the Mavs.
Also checking in for Medaille, number 3, Medaille Ford.
Miguel Ford back on the court as well for Medaille. Pump fake, Medaille. Blocked by Gardner Nicholson. Smith the follow. He's fouled by Cam. Second on Cam, and Smith will shoot two.
Two fouls on number 33, Cam Gardner Nicholson, his second.
Another good crowd on hand today.
Yeah, for a Saturday before finals, I'm pleasantly surprised by the student turnout. Again, if you're watching at home, it's a little empty on the other side. That's the far side from where the entrance is. People tend to flock here to the near side in front of our camera perch, and I'd say there's 200 people here today, 150, 200 people. 2 for 2 that trip for Smith, 71-56, 7 minutes in.
Oh, Christ is open.
Jackson kicks. Washington mid-range jumper in and out, no good. Cam the rebound and the putback. 15 for Cam.
It's not fair.
Well, I know Aubrey already has a career high because he scored 16 at Greensburg, and that was his highest output in the early going. You got to imagine Cam's probably nearing a career high with 15. Lions run a controlled weave offense here. Archie Davis gets his defender in the air. One big step. Nice move by Jalen Archie Davis, getting the leaner to fall.
Yeah. Amazing agility and athleticism to get to the hoop like that. Just a gliding two-point shot.
Archie Davis has first, team 6. Entered the game for round 2 is number 10, Marshall Bigley.
Yeah, good job by Marshall there. Got in the grill of Sadoe. Sadoe pushed off.
Medaille fouls number 32, Matt Sadoe, his first, team 3rd.
Sadoe got his elbow up in the craw of Higley there and shoved Marshall out of the way, and offensive foul on Medaille. 12 minutes to go. Lions up 75-56. Again, 9-point lead. Lions need a basket here. Get it back into double figures. Higley corner 3 on the way. No good. Marshall's fouled. He'll shoot 3.
Found Sadoe again.
Medaille fouls number 42, Matt Sadoe, his second, team 4th.
I can't do math, by the way, Joel. I said the Lions were down, only up 9. It's 19. It's been a long day. My bad. Sorry. Oh, I was like, how did he get within 9 so quick? That's a 5. That's not. It's 56, not 66. Marshall has 3 shots after being fouled off the 3-point jumper. 2 left. Misses the first. Second is good. One more. Only went from a 9-point lead to a 20-point lead in 1 foul shot. Look at that. I took 2 math classes my first semester at Penn State Altoona and never took a math after that, so it's been a while. All right, back to the action. 21-point lead now. Now the largest lead of the day for the Lions.
Foul?
No, kickball.
Kickball? I always loved that game in middle school.
Kickball. When you're in a 21-point game, these are the topics of conversation, huh? Yeah. The Lions, hey, credit the Lions, man. They took care of business.
Yeah.
Franciscan
Right
winless.
where they
night,
left off.
Pick it, yeah. And again, balanced scoring the other night. You have 17 from Aubrey all in the first half, 15 from Cam and Daquan, and then 8 from Bachknight all here in the second half. Lions in a little amoeba zone here. Boy, it's been a while since they've put this defense to work, but it's effective. There's an open 3, though, as soon as I say that, by Brandon Roach. Aubrey drives baseline, kicks it to Price. Jackson, play call, double team, dribbles out of it.
Well, credit Medaille this possession defensively.
Well, if they're going to have any chance, they've got to cut this lead down quickly.
Starts now.
And it starts defensively now. Archie Davis, tough shot, fading away. Saved by Marshall. 3, Austin, no good.
Another
Long
offense.
rebound picked up by Archie Davis.
And he walked. I'm just a little stunned at how Medaille was able to shut down, the guys sitting in front of us here. It's Jordan Smith, Anton Lucas, Javon Wilson, Quinn Lohr, and then now they're losing by 18 to Altoona. But well, again, it's new experience for these guys.
I didn't look up last year's roster from Medaille, and as Hollenbeck lays it in. But I know they lost Hollenbeck and Fagan were big-time contributors last year, but
Yeah.
I want to say they lost a senior scorer, big-time scorer from last year's team, and maybe one player can make that big of a difference.
May have been Jawan Perkins.
Corner 3, Hollenbeck, in and out, no good. Lions can't pull in the rebound. Fresh 34, Medaille. Halfway mark of the second stanza. 3, launch, that's going to be off the mark, no good. Rebound, Higley. Outlets to Archie Davis. Jalen with the drive. To the basket all alone. Jalen Archie Davis lays it up and in. Timeout called by Coach McGrail. And we know what this means, Joel. Most likely, you would think that the Lions are going to come out a little bit of a full court press and try to put this game away up 18.
Yeah. Well, in other scores around the AMCC, beat you to it, I guess.
Great minds think alike.
Franciscan, just off the Penn State Altoona loss. They lead 8-2 with Pitt Bradford so far. La Roche and Hilbert in a close game, 25-22. Both those games first half. Great minds do think alike.
That Hilbert-La Roche game, that's got to be a good game. I'm anxious to, the way I see it after watching the Lions against Hilbert and knowing what La Roche had coming back from last year, the way the Lions have played so far this year, and Penn State Barron returning a ton of experience and leadership on that squad as well. You see it kind of stacking up as a 4 or 5 team race in the AMCC, and who's going to get hot at the right time is an errant 3 is launched by Roach. Who's going to get hot at the right time, Joel?
It's looking like Penn State Altoona.
Yeah, right now it's definitely the Lions. Ish lays it in. Quiet day so far for Ish, only 6 points, but that's been by design. He has a couple helpers, and
it's about like you mentioned earlier. You don't know who's going to be the big offensive weapon day in and day out for Altoona.
3 is good for Fagan. Timeout by Medaille.
Full timeout. Medaille.
They've taken Medaille has taken care of Nance, only 6 points, hasn't hit a 3. He's 2 of 7 from the field. But I mean, Cam Gardner-Nicholson, that's almost a given that he's going to do really, really well. They're just guys who cannot match up with him height-wise. And then with Washington, so the more sneaky offensive weapons Altoona can get, the bigger it could be down the road.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, you can't rely on 1 or 2 guys to carry the load as far as scoring goes. And, we see it just, today's game is a bit of a microcosm of that. First half, Aubrey Washington, 17 points, 5 of 5 from three-point land. Rich Bachknight, who was the second leading scorer, top 10 in the conference, third leading scorer on the team. He had no points in the first half. Now he's come out here in the second half and nailed down 8 points in the first 10 minutes. So, you got to get that contribution from everybody. And, the old win as a team, loses a team kind of thing. But, at this level, you need offensive weapons. And in different matchups, too. There's going to be nights where it's going to be all Cam all the time because he's going to have a height advantage over a couple of schools in our conference. And, other nights it's going to be teams that struggle defending the 3. And that's when nights like Bachknight and Washington are going to step in and And there's nights where you're going to have guys get to the basket are going to thrive, like Ish and Daquan. So, I mean, we have a ton of weapons offensively. And
they're getting it done defensively, too, especially Cam Gardner-Nicholson.
oh, good job by Ish to split the double team. Grabbed by Cam, goes up in traffic, blocked.
Going to the line.
It's going to be on Hawkins from behind.
Medaille fouls on number 1, Kirk Hawkins, his first, team 5th.
Boy, it'd be great if Cam could stick around for 2 more years.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the guys coming up. You know, his development offensively this year. Last year, yeah, limited minutes, big defensive threat in those minutes. But, you know, this year is an offensive threat as well. And be great to see him continue to develop over the next 2 years and kind of be the leader on this team. You know, Nance graduates, Bachneit's a senior, Brown's a senior, so you know Austin Kreis is going to be on the team, and he's only a sophomore. Aubrey Washington's only a freshman. Jackson graduates, so you know lots of potential here to build on the success he's had this year. Good job there by Cam. Didn't want to foul Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck forced Hollenbeck into a tough shot, which he put down. 82-66. Ish mid-range jumper is going to be shy. Rebound Fagan. Hawkins in and out off the finger roll. Rebound tipped around, picked up by Trey Brown. Ahead to Rich Bachnight. Rich is going to drive, gets to the rack. Ooh, off the backboard. That should have been a goaltend.
A few points for Medaille right here in transition.
Yeah, leads to a lay-in by. That should have been a goaltend. The ball was on the backboard.
Yeah.
And the Lions robbed of a deuce there and then led to an easy transition. 82-68. All of a sudden a 14-point game, Joel, and Lions are content to milk some clock here and run their offense. Jalen gets it to Ish. A little too late, though.
It's looking good on the pick and roll. Nance may have been whacked in the head.
Hollenbeck to the rack, lays it in. Now a 12-point game.
Slowly but surely, Medaille making their way back.
Cam posting up Hollenbeck. Lions can't get it to him. Bachnight. Rich line, that's going to be way off air ball. Fading away.
9-0 run for Medaille.
3 is too strong. Bounces one hop right to Fagan, who lines it up no good. Cam in there big for the rebound. Archie Davis up to the rack. Got fouled, no call.
2-on-1.
Good job by Trey to not allow the basket to drop. Good job defensively to avoid that. He's going to pick up the foul and force Ford to earn it from the foul line.
Team 7.
Ford's having a great game. Matter of fact, he's the leading scorer in the game.
Entering the game for Medaille, number 22, Cedric Monge. Checking in for Penn, number 1, Aubrey Washington. Number 15.
Quan Jackson, Aubrey Washington back in for the Lions. Nance and Bachnight head to the bench. Monge, Cedric Monge back in for Medaille. Two for two for Ford.
He's at 20 on the night.
All of a sudden, a 10-point game, though.
Yeah.
Lions need a hoop, no doubt, on this possession. Archie Davis crosses over Hawkins.
Whoop.
Has it stripped on the way to the basket. Now an 8-point game, single digits as Hawkins lays it in. 6:15 to go. Just like we said, the Lions got a little careless there.
Yeah.
And Medaille is taking advantage of it. A couple transition baskets, and the Lions have kind of cooled off from the field. Oh, Jackson had the baseline there and slipped.
Oh, boy.
Come on, Trey, a big 3 on the way. Trey Brown, the senior, cool, calm, collected, nails it.
Time at Altoona.
puts the Lions back up 11 just like that. A big three from number 11, Trey Brown.
That's a quality three right there. That's much needed for Altoona.
That's a senior there that's been there, done that. You know, I know this is his first year with Penn State Altoona, but you know, Trey's been around this conference for 4 years now, and you know, big time three. And he was open too. He had to nail that shot, and he did. Took care of business. 85-74 Lions back into double digits with their lead. So coming up, it is next week is finals week for Penn State Altoona, and the conference schedule goes on a couple-week hold until schools get back in session. However, that does not mean the Lions season stops. Next Saturday, a home-and-home doubleheader. Penn State Altoona commencement next Saturday morning. And then the Lady Lions host Shenandoah for a non-conference doubleheader, 4 o'clock. The Lady Lions will take on Shenandoah, and at 6, Lions men team will be in action. We'll be here on the call on Saturday, December 30th. To the Big Apple, the Lions go, taking on Division III NYU, New York University. Lions are going to go up and visit the 9/11 Memorial, do some sightseeing. Great experience for the young men on Coach McGrail's squad as they head to NYU for a 5 o'clock tip on December 30th. Is there another game that day? Fiesta Bowl. 4 o'clock. I'll be watching the Lions take on NYU. And then conference action starts back up Wednesday, January 3rd. 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock tips against Pitt Bradford.
And then Mount after that.
Ford called for a carry.
That Mount game, January 10th, that's going to be fun. It's all about Medaille, Medaille, Medaille.
There you go.
You go with the Penn State motto. Yeah.
Yep. Coach McGrail's picked that up from James Franklin there, one game at a time, and take care of Medaille today, and then they'll focus on Shenandoah. That could be on Aubrey? Nope.
On Ford.
I thought he looked at Aubrey when he called it. He said blue. I thought he meant blue ball. 5:27 to go. Shot clock resets to 20. Lions inbound in the backcourt to Archie Davis. Jalen drives. Fouled on the floor. And Jalen will shoot 1-1. Lions now on the bonus.
Archie Davis looks to be the 5th scorer in double digits this afternoon for Altoona.
Jalen earns the bonus. Two for two for Jalen Archie Davis as Ishmael Nance checks back in.
I just love that everybody on Altoona is getting opportunities. You got 5 in double digits. A few of those guys off the bench. Here we can turn over.
Still, don't force, guys.
Yeah. And when you get guys with double-digit points and just doing a lot of work, even if you're especially off the bench, it's gonna make you want to stay, and it's gonna bring in more to the team.
Hawkins drives, pulls in Cam. Oh, Cam did a good job though to recover and challenge Hollenbeck.
Jump ball.
Good job by Ish to come in from behind, force the dual possession. Lions take over, closing 5 minutes, up 13. Well, they've kind of survived that scare. Oh, good tip by Ish to come from behind. Ford shy on the runner. Rebound, Aubrey. DeQuan, he drives. Cut off by Fagan, but DeQuan, the tough right-hand runner off the baseline. 17 now for DeQuan.
Altoona all of a sudden bringing it back to 17.
Good job by Cam. See, that's the difference between this year's squad and last year's. Last year, Hollenbeck had no challenge inside. Archie Davis got in the air, nowhere to go with the pass. Fagan being trailed. Oh, good hustle by DeQuan Jackson to strip it from behind.
Great pursuit.
Cross court to Aubrey. Aubrey step back three. Oh, first miss of the day from three-point land. That would have been huge for the Lions, up 91-74. Manji finds a cutting Ford. Oh, foul's going to be on DeQuan Jackson. And Ford will head to the line.
Now 2 fouls on number 15, DeQuan Jackson, his third teammate.
As I started to say there, last possession, Joel, from Medaille, you're going to get, last year, Hollenbeck kind of owned the Lions in all 3 contests, and they didn't have a defensive presence. You had Anton Lucas, but Anton was a little wiry. He wasn't really a post defender. You had Quinn, who would occasionally play post defense, but he gave up a couple inches on Hollenbeck and some bigger interior players. And Cam didn't play a lot of minutes last year, because of the type of team and that coach had put together. But the difference between last year and this year is the work that Cam's put in the offseason, his development both offensively and defensively. You look at the blocks, he's going 3-4 blocks a game. He's got to be, I know he's near the top of the lead in the nation in block shots, and the Lions are second in the nation in block shots. It just, that's the difference, and that's what a year of progress and hard work can do to help pay off for this team. Ish gets it out to Brown. Lions content to run the clock with 3:30 to go. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Now 5.
Whoa, wild shot.
Boy, just
through the contact.
Yeah, got up in the air and forced the tough shot there for. But that hang, Nance has that hang. He gets up in the air and he has that opportunity to kind of alter his shot. And
just glides, yeah.
Yep.
So smooth.
Big foul shot there for Ish. Double digits now for Nance. 6 players now in double digits for Penn State Altoona. Fagan launches a 3. Around the rim, no good. Rebound, Smith. Too strong with the left-hand putback. Brown with the strip from behind. Hands it off to Nance. Nance drives, kicks corner. DeQuan Jackson, he goes baseline. Got up in the air, changed his shot. Smith got him on top of the noggin. Jackson will shoot 2. Hundo, we can get to a Hundo?
Yeah.
I think the game's in hand.
Yeah, the game is certainly in hand.
3 minutes, 17 points, unless something really drastic happens. I think the Lions can kind of chalk this one up. Don't want to prematurely celebrate, but maybe if DeQuan knocks both these down, we can. 3 minutes, you got to figure they're still going to have, depending on what Medaille's mentality is, they're still going to have 6 or 7 possessions. So figure they score on 2 of them, they can push it. 2 for DeQuan Jackson, 95-76, 19 now on the day for DJ, the reigning conference player of the week.
Altoona's really picked it up on the free throw shooting. They were 6 of 10 in the game, now 12 of 17, really stepping it up.
Well, that was a weakness, Joel, earlier in the season. The Lions really struggled from the line, and I think it's been better the last 3 or 4 outings. I think they struggled a little bit in the Hilbert game on the road, but other than that, they really have stepped up from the free throw line the last couple outings, especially here at home. Shout out to our camera operators, Lex and Tiff, on duty today here, Saturday before finals week.
Big thanks to the SID, Connor Gilbert, providing live stats and halftime stats. Maybe get to see
Long time out.
maybe get to see a little bit of Andrew Gall, Nate Gillen, some of those guys here last few minutes.
I don't know. Much as I'd like to see that, I think it's at the point where that could happen. With Medaille calling timeout and trying to draw something up here, maybe making this last minute ditch effort to figure a way to maybe make it a little more competitive here in the final 2:53. I don't know. Yeah, Coach McGurl's not going to back off. We know that. And he has 3 starters on the floor. In Washington, who had the hot first half, all 17 of his points coming before halftime. DeQuan launches a corner 3, no good. Good box out there by Aubrey. The rebound went over his head, though. Hawkins kicks, Fagan, 3, short.
It's been short on a few of those.
Saved by Monji. Fagan, pump fake, nowhere to go, middle of the key, kicks it baseline. That's Brock Craning. Fagan to the rack, spins around, no good. Rebound, Craning, no good.
Whoa.
Again, no good. Offensive rebound. 3 chances for Craning there. No good. Nance to the basket, up left hand, no good. Aubrey tried the tip back, 2 minutes to go. Lions firmly in control, 95-78.
Whoa.
Stolen by Jackson. We get some fireworks here at the end of the game. Nope, behind.
Oh, that's up.
Man,
he was on the line.
Yep. Out of bounds. Hawkins. Gardner Nicholson's going to come back in. When you're winning games by 17 over the defending conference champion and beating teams they lost to last year by 20-plus points as they did in the non-conference slate, it's hard to be critical of some of the things the Lions are doing. But Jackson, when he gets in transition, he kind of falls asleep, and he's been caught from behind a couple times. And again, nothing critical. I mean, he's a 1,000-point career scorer. As Ish gets to the basket, up with a left-hand scoop. 97-78, a dozen now for Nance. So there's little things, again, not being critical because, DeQuan's been a huge component to this turnaround of this team this year. There's little things, you play against LaRoche and Barron and some of the top-tier teams in the conference as Ford drills a 3. Those are just little things you got to be aware of, and I know Coach addressed it. Like we said with their foul shooting, I know they've they've worked on that a lot in practice, and it's become a strength. What was a weakness is a strength. So, little things, growing pains with new teammates, and as they start to gel, you see what happens. Minute to go. Lions are going to take this victory and move to 3-1 in the conference, 6-3 overall.
Whoop.
Ish dribbled off his foot. Jump ball gives possession to Medaille with 50.2 seconds left.
Xavier Sisternino entering the game for Medaille.
Go ahead, you take that one.
Xavier Sisternino?
Yeah.
Sisternino?
That's what RJ said, so we'll go with that.
Okay. Yeah, I always go off RJ.
Which is never a good thing. I asked Brianna Polides last night how she said her name. It's Polides.
Polides.
Like Pilates, Polides.
Okay.
So we'll have confirmation directly from the source there.
And does she go by Bree or Brianna?
Either.
Okay. Polides. Okay. Good to know.
35.4. Lions cannot dribble out the clock. They're going to have to take a shot here before the end of the second half. But 97-81. Lions are going to stay near the top of the rankings. This will drop Medaille to 1-2, and that'll send them into the bottom half of the AMCC.
Quality win for Penn State Altoona.
It's is interesting. It's like a chess match. Trey,
Century mark?
Oh, that's what they were setting up for. 5 seconds to go. Craning will dribble up the floor. No need to foul.
Oh, man.
An emphatic block
All right.
to end the game by Ish Nance, denying Craning. He just lined it up and denied it.
No chill.
And that is a never stop playing attitude by Ish Nance that's led the Lions to a 97-81 victory today, Joel. Lions take care of the defending conference champions. Again, moved to 3-1 in the conference, 6-3 overall. And hey, 9 more wins, and they'll be the winningest team in school history. So, you know, these little goals, got to take care of the little goals first. And today was Medaille. Lions light up the Mavericks for 97 points. Just a hot shooting day, especially in the first half for Penn State Altoona. They could not allow Medaille to get back into the game. Led by as many as 21, 11 minutes to go in the game, and really took care of business.
The AMCC's top scoring offense. Back at it again, yeah.
So wrapping up today, 97-81, Lions take care of the Buffalo-based Medaille Mavericks. For Medaille, 25 points led all scorers for Miguel Ford, a perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw line, 16 points for Kirk Hawkins, many on some amazing drives to the basket. Good work there by the sophomore from Laurel, Maryland. And number 10, 10 points for Jonathan Smith for Medaille. The Lions, 6 players in double figures, led by 19 from Daquan Jackson. Daquan struggled from the three-point line today, but made up for it getting to the basket. 19 points for the outstanding senior. 17 for Aubrey Washington, all in the first half. A 5 for 5 three-point shooting performance for Aubrey in the first half. 16 for Cameron Gardner-Nicholson. 7 for 9 from the floor. A lot of putbacks for Cam. 12 for Ish Nance. 11 apiece for Trey Brown and Jalen Archie Davis. 3 more three-pointers on the day for Trey Brown. Impressive stuff from the senior there. Cam pulled down a game-high 10 rebounds, a double-double for him. And the Lions took care of the basketball, only 17 turnovers today, so hand it to the Lions. They led the rebounding effort 40-33 and only committed 17 turnovers. 50% from the floor, 50.7% from the floor for Penn State Altoona, 36 for 71. 12 of 26 from three-point land, and that was significantly better in the first half as the Lions were shooting 56% in the first half. So the Lions fell off the three-point shot a little bit in the second half, and 72% from the line. That'll get it done for the Lions most days. Medaille, 30 of 69, 43.5% from the floor, 8 of 20, 40% from 3, 13 of 14, impressive 93% from the free throw line. Anything to add, Joel, before we get ready for the women's game?
I love that the scoring is so diverse between the starters and a couple of the bench players, and it's going to be big key going forward. Altoona did better today from the free throw stripe, came in shooting at 64%. They shot 72% from the free throw stripe today. That's pretty good. The shooting overall, and especially from 3, those were definitely some big keys for Altoona, especially from Washington. 5 of 6 for the freshman off the bench from downtown. A lot of bright things to look forward to. Cameron Gardner-Nicholson, double-double, 16-10. Big effort offensively from the team, as we've seen all season. It's only going to get better going on.
So we head to the conference, the break in the conference schedule. Lions, again, they'll take on Shenandoah next Saturday, and then on December 30th, take on NYU. Shenandoah here at Adler, NYU on the road. And then they'll pick up conference play after the break against Pitt Bradford. And, good things. Definitely, if you said 3-1 out of the gate, I'm sure Coach would want to be 4-0, but I think he'd have taken 3-1 out of the early part of the conference schedule and head to the break. Near the top of the standings in the AMCC. We'll be back in about 15-16 minutes for the second half. Tom Cayley along with Joel Nelson. Joel will have the call for the women's contest. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed today's 91-78 victory over, 97-81 victory over Medaille.